Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about the new Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight, if you can really even call it that, because my goodness, that was the biggest disappointment and letdown I have ever experienced from a boxing match, or at least one this big since like Mayweather versus Pacquiao. And I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you, alright, I'm not like the biggest boxing fan at all. As a matter of fact, this is my first match that I've probably seen in years. Everybody who bet on Mike Tyson got fleeced tonight, bro. They got scammed. Everybody who paid for a ticket in that stadium got scammed. I mean, like, there were some good fights and we'll get into those, but like, we came for the main event. Okay, everybody tuned in on Netflix for whatever reason. It was held on Netflix. If you didn't know that, it was a live stream, which to my knowledge, I think that's like one of the first times that has ever happened, and probably the last, because quite frankly, Netflix's servers was worse probably than a day one expansion launch for Destiny 2. If you play Destiny 2, then you know how bad they get. This was worse. I'm talking about freezing every like 5 seconds or so. My entire screen was just one big red circle that was loading. Not to mention the fact that I felt like it started pretty late. I know time zone differences are a thing, but even for like a main event Friday night, it still kind of seemed a little bit late to me. But yeah, man, I mean, it was just a letdown through and through. And for the main event to not even have a single knockout, or even a bloody eye, or even a black eye for that matter, bro, they had clean faces at the end, and that was pretty much because Jake Paul was playing scared the entire time, and I'm pretty sure Mike Tyson had a leg injury or something. Now, of course, anytime I see like a boxing match, and keep in mind it's not that many times I've seen a boxing match, but anytime I have seen something like that, or some highlights from it, on top of that, their face is usually bloodied up or bruised or something like that. You know, I was expecting at least some sort of knockout, or I don't know, to be somewhat blown away with the way this was hyped up and the amount of marketing this got, man. I mean, you look at it, man, it was a pretty huge event. And then to even add on to that, I know people have probably said this before, but I'm gonna say it here because it's my first video on it. Jake Paul probably looks just as bad, if not worse now, than how Drake looked after Kendrick got done with him. And if you guys remember, he was looking crazy after that. People were looking at him like a wild animal. Bro could not show his face in public. And I say that because this guy's fighting an old man. Again, kudos to Mike Tyson for being an old man and stepping into the ring with a, what, 27-year-old or something like that. The guy's pushing 60 and he's still trying to fight, all right? That's good. I don't think he's had an official match since like 2005. It's my first time ever getting to see him because, once again, his last match was in 2005. And you know, for what it's worth, nah, you know what, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It was still ass. I remember like earlier this year when this whole thing was first being promoted, I was like, okay, he's fighting Mike Tyson now. What's up with these like kind of matches where it's like, you know, you can't really take Jake Paul serious anymore, if you ever could. Like, then again, when YouTubers started to get into boxing a couple of years ago, I think it started with like Logan Paul and KSI doing their thing, and then Jake Paul and Deji doing their thing, right? They had that kind of like tag team match and stuff. Once that whole thing started, I swear to you, I thought that would be the end for Jake Paul, right? I thought he was gonna go do something else. And it's weird because he like takes training so seriously, or it seems like he does. And, you know, it looks like he's in good shape, I guess, but to do all that just to face retired boxers, people who don't box, and like old men, dude, I'm still waiting for him to fight somebody in his prime so that people can stop saying that he's not a real boxer or that he doesn't box actual opponents. And so far, to my knowledge, I don't think he has. The whole thing just honestly seemed rigged to me from the start, and I felt like that so much to the point where after I got finished watching the last couple of minutes of the Taylor Serrano fight, which was the fight before the Jake Paul fight, you already know when I saw that blood, bro, when I saw that passion, their faces were all muddied up and dirtied up, bro. Like they got down and dirty. That was an actual match. I mean, both of them were dog tired too. So much so to the point where they could barely even speak into the mic after when that guy was asking them questions, both of them. But Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, no, they were cool. They looked like somebody just splashed them with water and that was it. It legitimately seemed like throughout the entire match, which by the way, it was 8 rounds, and I'm sure like usually it's 12 rounds, although I'm also told that it could be as little as 4, so I guess it really doesn't matter. I feel like it still should have been 12 rounds just because it's the main event, or at least in my opinion. If you're gonna have like a short amount of rounds, increase the time it takes to get to the end of the round, at least, you know, kind of give people a show and what they want to see, which is somebody get knocked out. I can't help but think when people went home for the night, they even felt scammed because no blood was drawn. And I kind of sound crazy kind of talking about all this blood and stuff, but I mean, it's a boxing match, right? You don't go there to see them hit each other with love taps. You go there to see somebody get knocked the fuck out, and nobody got knocked out. But yeah, man, I congratulate Serrano and Taylor for having a good match, or at least from what I saw. I congratulate Mike Tyson for stepping in the ring and not being afraid to fight a 27-year-old in his prime, Jake Paul, when Mike Tyson's 60 damn near. However, to be honest, I felt like he could have been a little bit more aggressive, you know? After all, I do do see those Instagram videos of him, even in his old age, still going crazy, dude. He's still really fast, and you could tell that by the way he was dodging Jake Paul's punches. Like, yeah, he got some licks in, but the way that Mike Tyson was able to dodge even in his old age, I mean, like, he still got it, man. Also, I did kind of want to point out some like inefficiency that I was noticing throughout the fight. Like, Jake Paul, you know, he was throwing more punches, I guess. He threw like double Mike Tyson's punches, so I guess that's why it seemed like he connected more, and you know, the numbers reflect that because he threw more. But I don't know. I mean, in my opinion, I just feel like Mike could have thrown more punches, and then maybe he would have had a higher percentage on punches connected than what he ended up with, because I'm pretty sure at one point he was at like 8% punches landed and like 58% thrown. But yeah, man, just like the Ben Askren fight, I don't think there was much to really be said about it other than it felt like a scam. Not only because if you weren't in the stadium or if you didn't have really good internet, you damn near couldn't watch it, but also because of just the outcome and, you know, just the overall fight. But yeah, those are just my quick thoughts on it. That's gonna be it for me today. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button. If you want more content similar to this, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next one. Sub up, stay safe, and peace.